All right, Grand Rising, everyone. It is Shalonda or Shay Seeking. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and go into the biblical text today. Again, what I've been doing today is really just, excuse me, what I've been doing is just, I don't know, sitting here, like, I don't know, enjoying myself. It feels really, really good. I don't know. Like, I feel like today, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's just like a feeling. Close it. I'm doing a video of like I don't know, arms stretched. Mm, I don't know, even down. I went over to the decks over there and pulled a couple of cards before we started here to see where we're going with this. And yeah, this I pulled this one first, and then something told me, because let's see how it happened. Okay, so I was looking in Job 40, right? Because I don't even know why I'm on Job, because I'm really supposed to be doing other books today, but something had me here, so I stopped and I read like the first couple of verses, and it said something about covering someone's mouth, and I'm like, okay, so maybe we're on the right track. But then I said, but I didn't like the outcome of that energy, you know what I'm saying? So let me pull another one, and then we talking about wings. So it's talking about here in 38, there lied a wait in the jungle. Let's see who gives into it. Okay, this might be a little bit of a deep book. Okay, or chapter. Okay, so again, the next time somebody saw somebody was in a whirlwind. Okay, so maybe the whirlwind, because it was saying something about a whirlwind in the actual book that we're supposed to be in. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. There's something here, though. Okay. So, have you visited the treasuries of the snow? Okay. Has the rain a father? Okay. So I don't know. Even with that, has the rain a father? It's almost like, look, after this, 44. 44 has been really okay. So a storm, every hurricane comes to an end, right? And then right below that, we have voyage, right? You already have all the answers, okay? And then homeward bound. Take yourself out on a date, okay? And then we have the last one I'm going to do here is feather. Because father, you know what I'm saying, represents feather to me. I mean, it's equivalent, like spiritually. I don't know. When I studied the word feather, and father in etymology, I don't know, they correlate to a certain, it's just, I guess, the way that I see it, okay? Think first before you judge, okay? So again, there is some judgment I feel going on. I think we judge things, on a day-to-day basis when we hear things, so I don't know, but again, has the rain a father? Now again, they're spelling it rain, R-A-I-N, but so I'm just wondering, like, if we're talking like weather, we're talking about the rain, like whoever is sending this rain that is going to be raining on someone. Because again, when we're talking about Job, that whole energy is a raining energy. It's like somebody is trying to pull back the reins or control him, or hold on. Okay, I don't know. Like I said, that's just the type of energy that I get from the whole the Job story. It's about trying to break a man down, regardless if it's a Lord or a God. Again, I don't want to go all the way back to see who we're. Do I? Okay, after Esther. Okay. Okay. All right. A good man who feared God and stayed away from evil. He had a large family and 7 sons, 3 daughters, and was immensely wealthy. I don't know. I don't know why this 7 sons made me think about the 7 deaths. I don't know. Why is this making me think of that storyline? about I think there was a movie or something coming out with Vivica A. Fox in it, and it was like the man was coming back to make sure he killed all seven, or I think seven was a prominent number of the children. And then it makes me think about the seven people that died, when it comes to the whole Afghan issue or whatever. I don't know. Every year, when each of Job's sons had a birthday, he invited his brothers and sisters to his home for a celebration. Okay, so again, um, I don't know, maybe this, but it's not really saying who sent the messages saying like what it's about. So I don't know, but this is not what I really wanted to focus on. Let's see. Okay. But the fact that it's talking about where does dew come from, again, I would like to look up dew and etymology and frost and all these things, right? And hard as a rock. For water changes and turns to ice, as hard as a rock. I don't know. Like, listen, this is making me think. Why? Okay, now I don't know. Maybe Jobs, I don't know what the hell. I don't know why it's telling me like this or whatever. I mean, the only thing I can really think about in the headlines today was the silly story about what rich or famous people are going to leave their, assets to that won't leave them to their children. They'll donate them to a place or whatever. And I don't know. I'm not getting into that right now but this is, what I'm saying. I don't know why something, like I said, is showing me this, because I guess they were saying something like they don't want their children to sit around all day or something like that and just whatever. But, and I guess I could say just one little thing about that rubbed me the wrong way. I think the most brilliant people, and some of these people should know this, because some of these people didn't graduate high school. Some of these people are entrepreneurs and know it took hard work and dedication once they knew what they wanted to do with their time and things. And again, once you dedicate your life and your time to something, right? Some people dedicate their time to healing people. Some people dedicate their time to money and business and corporation. Some people, organizations or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Is whatever somebody wants to do. But like to discount people that don't have that ethic, I think, again, that makes me look at, okay, so again, heart turns to heart and ice and stone. So again, that makes me think about, like, that's a really cold thing to say about your children. Like, again, if it's about generational wealth, right? I definitely, you know what I'm saying? But see, I see something in my children, regardless of what they're doing right now. I see potential, and I know if they had the finances or they had certain things in order, that they would be doing awesome things right now. So I guess it's different when you know what I'm saying? I guess it's different on who has the money, how they got it, it's just like that. But I feel like, most humanitarians are not people that are actually rich. I think that the more money, the more problems, even with yourself. And I think that it's just, I don't know, that's not for everybody, but people seem to think that financial standing is like something that forms good people that actually will go out and do something. But we know that this, over time, this has made people money and fight, and billionaires, and letting them run things and do things the way that they do them has done nothing for everyday people. It's done something for a small percentage of people at the top. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I honor the people like my grandmother that would have gave you anything. She would have gave you the shirt off of her back. She would take stuff that she shouldn't have taken from people, even her own children sometime. You know what I'm saying? And left this earth, supposedly, right, with a pure heart. Pure. There was nobody on this planet. If you go, again, everybody got that grandma. So again, I'm just saying, but I can only say what I've seen from mine. She was a special, different lady. I've been able to read people and read energy and everything from a very small age. And I know that other people have awesome grandmothers. But there was something about that woman. And now I see something in me. So it's just like, I don't know. That's just how I look at it. People should be able to do whatever they want to do, give whatever they want to give to whoever they want to give it to. I don't care, because money don't rule. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it would be nice, and I know what I could do if I was in one of those positions, right? But you know what I'm saying? I know what I can also do without that. I know what I can do with a couple of dollars in the bank, and I know what I can do with no dollars in the bank when it comes to touching other people, waking up other people, or sharing something that is going to change somebody's life mentally, that will have them in a state of mind where they want to help other people when they are down, even, and not want to tear other people down when they're down, or bring people down when they come down, or, you know what I'm saying? It's just that type of energy. Like I said, I don't know. I feel like the workings of this kind of can correlate with that in a weird way. Because again, I think it's harsh. And I think that, again, for me, growing into myself, the more see, because society has made us, trained us, or educated us to think that working hard and going all day and hustling and everything is going to bring you. But a lot of times when people get to that point, you alone. You know what I'm saying? So I've experienced being alone and having everything, family and friends turn against or walk away or whatever, because they don't understand me. You know what I'm saying? Look. They think that, look at this. Okay, look at this next card, potion, right? Like that inner alchemy that I'm talking about, that other people have to use science and all that other stuff to create, right? Now, she has these things right here, and she has basic witch or whatever on her shirt. Okay. Yeah, on her shirt. So people might be looking at her like she's insane or she's a witch and she's crazy and things with these things right here. These healing herbs that she's brewing up, probably to, take something. She looked like she maybe woke up, her stomach hurt a little bit, and she just, making something to make herself feel better. But it says, remember to practice self-love, right? So it's really just self-love, separating yourself from people, knowing that some situations and things like that are toxic, not good for you or others. And so you separate yourself from those things. But I think that, and I look at my grandmother, and she barely left the house. She didn't have to go to the grocery store. I never seen her go to the grocery store. I never seen her leave the house. I seen her in her garden. I seen her cooking. I seen her taking care of babies, and things like that, and, I seen her, and her sons went off to be, engineers and own businesses and homes, and some of them stayed at home, so it's just a different thing. But the ones that stayed at home were very nurturing to the other children around. So again, it's just like a village. Like, it's always been like, y'all grew up in the 80s. It's always been like a village kind of, something with large families. I mean, who's having 16 children? You know what I'm saying? Like, really, but nowadays. So again, it's like thinking back to that energy. It was very nourishing and very wholesome for the whole family. Of course, people, like I said, I don't know. I just think that people think, oh, you got to get out. You got to have friends. So, you know what I'm saying? For somebody like me, you know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm like the most awesome person in the world, whatever, but my crystals are my friends. You see what I'm saying? Mother Nature is my friend, right? So again, I feel like the spiritual portion of that abundance is taking me to a point where if there's ever something I actually did want from the universe, I could get that and achieve that. I have the mind to operate things, big things, little things. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. I just look at it like that. I think that, again, what society wants us to do creates people and children that carry on to do things that society is training them to do. And that's to be slaves to certain systems and corporations, right? Organizations even. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, people do things for show sometimes. Like, I don't know. I just keep it real here. Okay, this is a protest. Look at this next card. Protest. Right? Start a revolution. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way that God sees things and the way that man does things. The way that man does things in law and the way that God shows you things in nature. It's just different to me. But again, a villain. What is this? Villain? You can always rewrite the story. So again, I think that, again, people do like to vilify people that are more natural healers. Natural healers wind up missing, you know what I'm saying, blackmailed and, jailed and, things like this. So, it's just, like I said, that's just the way I look at it. People should be able to do whatever they want to do with whatever they want to do with. But, I wouldn't fix and then to make it like a public statement like that, like that's something cool to say. You know what I'm saying? That's just up to these people. But what I'll tell you right now is I feel like it takes people away from yourself. knowing yourself, self-love, those things, taking time out for yourself. Many people don't get to do that. Being an at-home mom for years and being able to look at the world from a different, and people say, oh, that's just must be like this. Well, you really don't know that much about the world because you haven't been, but I know so much, you see? Like I've achieved a certain mastery of seeing people and seeing through people and situations. It's almost like a real life, like lie detector energy. You know what I'm saying? Like damn near I could be a detective, you know what I'm saying? I could be somebody, like, and that's the thing. So it's just like that, knowing that I can even do those things and I'm not doing them right now are cool, right? Because I'm going through some type of transitioning or some type of growth right now, right? And I feel like at this age that I'm at, it's like a next chapter for me. And I may not be excited right now because it's like tumultuous times and things going on and me coming into myself and seeing things in a different light, right? Being rebellious in a sense. Go do whatever society tells me to do, I do the other. And it benefits me. Like so many other things are abundant in my life. I've been able to tap into certain energy that I am just blessed and so happy to be, if it's going to help somebody. So it's just, yeah, I guess it's the nature of the thing. So, like I said, I feel like that's an easy way for society to try to discount people that go against the system, maybe become mompreneurs or entrepreneurs and things like this and do their own thing. And then, it's not really that much important to look at that anymore when you're looking at yourself and what you can do to help or achieve things with other people. And again, for me, at this point in time, I feel like, I think what I've asked for at these times is like a help meet or someone that can help, because there's certain aspects that I don't know because of that. You see what I'm saying? Because of being, but I mean, I have this abundant nature, but it's like, it's almost like what I felt in this whole thing has been is source finding somebody that can balance something out there where whatever it is that I have or that person has, we use it together. We're not judging each other for any way, and we do something awesome together, right? So, and being able to understand each other in emotionally and, through whatever these tests of time and all these other things like this. So again, yeah. So what I'm saying is just because you're educated doesn't mean that you're really that brilliant. And just because you're rich or famous doesn't mean that you're that brilliant either. And just because, there's some people that I've met on the street or you would consider poor or homeless that have given me the business when it comes to some type of advice or something. You know what I'm saying? You would think that they're philosophers or something like this. So, I look at the world in a different light, and that's just what it is. Okay. So, okay. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Hold on. Let's go on down here. Okay. Hold on. Let's go down here. Look, I don't even know what we were supposed to be going, but let's just go here, right? Who dug the valleys for the torrents of rain? Who laid out the path of light? Lightning causing the rain to fall. Oh my goodness. Okay, apologies. I had to stop for a second. Can you close that door, please? Okay, so again, this may be talking about like nature, right? But I mean, it depends on if you're talking about harp or you're talking about the regular rain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so again, there you go with tech and nature. Because whatever source does and whatever it does, people do, whatever is done in nature is something that, again, people in high places and sometimes powers that shouldn't be duplicate what goes on in nature. And then they patent it or something, right? And then they try to denounce what is natural or make you wary of it or illegal or something like, or it's like tainted, right? They patent or create or artificially initiate something and then try to call the older thing like a non-factor, right? when really they still study that in order to get do you see what I'm saying? Okay. Kind of like that, okay? Yeah. Who is the mother of the ice and frost? Again, that's making me think about again the inner alchemy of Gaia or Mother Nature, or you know what I'm saying, women, in general. Who? Because again, yeah, um, like we were just talking about in that video yesterday, women can be who. I had that peek into that energy, and we are powerful, be fierce. And again, don't let us be in our fearless nature and state of mind. Yeah. hmm For the water changes and turns to ice as hard as a rock. So again, I don't know. This makes me think about the heart, right? Or even the pineal gland, right? Um, Stiff neck energy, cold, cut off, sword kind of energy. Okay. And it says, can you hold back the stars? Okay. Can you restrain uh, Orion or Pleiades? Right. Now, again, this is what I'm talking about here. Like, when does it? Okay, now we work so hard on this hamster wheel to survive and work check to check and pay and work for other corporations and companies and things like this, right? But you never really get ahead. It always makes sure that again, it's a pipeline to from the schools, right? They say prison to, I mean, from something to prison pipeline, right? But again, it's like from school to, or if it's not that, then it's to some kind of other facility, like a job that you're in. And then by the time you retire, you're 60 something years old, can't even really enjoy yourself, like, your body is all aching and everything, like it's just the way I just look at things like different. I don't know. Mm. Um, but like I said, if you were really tapped in and we really had time to meditate, really go within, heal ourselves and help heal each other or others, it's like something that can move. It's like this massive something of might that can move mountains. It's like almost like that big bully that sits there and just terrorizes and takes and rapes and pillages and everything like that. And then like the soft energy can come in and kind of, you know, I don't know. It's that I don't know why I feel like there's something like a balancing act here. Hmm. I don't know why I see like puppet on a string energy. It's like, but it's almost like two can play that game, right? Okay, so like if like I don't know, maybe it's like even the restraining energy of like I said, what I've witnessed, I feel as some type of abusive nature from a lord or a god energy or something, restraining or even maybe keeping some energy hidden, which could be good and then bad, right? But, like I said, when I felt like my platforms and my businesses, online businesses were being affected by something, right? But then also, if you think about that, the way that that feels for that, um, look at this phoenix or rising phoenix energy. What does it say? How's that for a happy ever after? Look at how she's like, you know, got her hands up like she's, you know, controlling the elements. That's kind of awesome because that's kind of what I'm thinking about. And look at her in her sundress. Do it for you, okay? She's in the winter, in the depths of the winter with the dress. This is me all because this is what all I wear is dresses. So this is so funny to me. Wow. And I think she has not vitiligo. It's some kind of something where her skin, I can't remember, like, I mean, and that's of nature. That's something like natural, too. Right? So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that of cause and effect, or even like what we go through as humanity with problem, reaction, solution. They cause a problem, we react to it, they come up with a solution, and most of the time it's to take away more rights or to have you thinking in fear or making decisions out of fear that's going to affect you and then your children down the line of generations after generation. and you don't realize, what you're giving away at that time. You're basically begging for something that's harmful to humanity, right? But because someone will go and serve a plate of turkey on Thanksgiving, and we advocate for those things and put those things up like, oh, look at this good thing. You're supposed to forget about all of the malice and all of the things that are going on behind the scenes that, like, I just don't like fake stuff. I just don't. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Why don't we build something and make something so that these people don't have to be, you see what I'm saying? In a line for a plate for once a year and then go back outside hungry again. Like, that makes more sense to me. So again, if you give your stuff to organizations or some type of something, right, most of the time we already know that this is a write-off for people, that again, most of the money that goes into these institutions and these things like this never really come out to do anything beneficial for the neighborhood or the group or any. So obviously there's something wrong with that. If people are shelling out all this money to save so-called poor people in these neighborhoods, it's obviously not working. So maybe you don't have the minds that you thought you did. Maybe you're not dealing with the people that actually grew up there. Maybe you're dealing with the full reign energies that have been brought in to the land, right? That don't really think the same as those people that are over that like to send money back to their people. You see what I'm saying? In distant lands, and it never really, or pocket it, and it never really makes it to the people or to make a change ever. So it's kind of like, I'm going to do this to make sure that it goes to something that's not going to really benefit. It's going to seemingly benefit the people on the surface, but really not. That's how I see it. I don't know, maybe it's just aggravating me a little bit more the more that I think about it. I mean, I'm one of their children, and I'm just saying, I wish my parents would. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Yeah. So again, for the water changes, that makes me think about, like, those of the waters. You know what I'm saying? That kind of energy. I saw, one more thing before I finish this up, because it's bringing this up to me. Somebody put up like the first original gangsters or something raping, pillage, stealing land resources and something, whatever, because it was like a clap back at like Thanksgiving or whatever. And I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but but I don't care if somebody else does. You know what I'm saying? You can do that all day, and I don't judge anybody for it either, but excuse me. And they were showing like pilgrims or a whole bunch of so-called white people on there. And I said this, like, I'm going to get slack for it, but it's deceptive. If we really look at history, some of the first so-called colonizers or people that came over here were swarthy, dark people like us. Again, the earth joining with the earth, like it says in the Bible, was the first actual joining of peoples. But we're thinking we are talking about the earth, a piece of earth or land or the ground joining with it. No, we're talking about, again, earth tone, earthly people, earthlings joining with other earthlings that look similar to them. That's how they were able to kind of get into thine gates and graft in what you're not really knowing. Do you see what I'm saying? Could you imagine like this small ship of people coming in, doing these ruthless things to a whole land of people and being able to get it? No, because the people look like them. They were able to intermingle and commingle and get in. So that's a misconception. And it's something that's harming all of us by still looking at it that way, to say it's a white man's thing. No. So-called black people, third generation, or even, you know what I'm saying, more than that, right? The people that came here after the establishment or the construct was built on top of the nation that was already here, all right? When we got the first so-called United States corporation president, okay? All right? Whew, why am I going all the way here? It benefits those people of color and not of color that are in positions, and their children are now about to take over those positions again, because we lack the knowledge to know who we are and where we're from and work together, right? When it comes to maintaining that or bringing that into something that we teach to our children. So again, those are the people that are going to benefit from those kind of behaviors and those actions, is all I'm saying. And we'll have the real royals, the real people that are entitled to the land or ordained to be rulers here in some type of other perpetual form of slavery. Again, if people don't pay attention is what I'm saying. So to show that it was those people when it was, like I said, the Dutch were swarthy, Germans were swarthy, other people were different tones, when they came here. And so we can't continue to keep that narrative alive now, knowing. And I don't know why. I think that it was purposely done that way, just like it was systematically done for so-called Black people to show us in a different light. It was systematically done by these same people that are Black and so-called Black and so-called white. You know what I'm saying? But it's about hierarchy. It's about the caste or class. Can we throw Marxism in there somewhere? And it's just like, to keep you fighting about this over it or over this at the bottom, not realizing that, without this base or this support, that, or if you decided to, again, spread your wings, you'll realize, or sit high and look at this, get out of your feelings, get out of your chest and go into another, in your mind or in your mind's eye or somewhere else to see what's really going on here. But it bothered me. And so I'm that person that brings that up and say, come on, you going in a whole different direction. I've always been that person that I can't be in a conversation because I go somewhere and people are like, no, I really don't see it like that. But really, I know at the time that it's because it's over. It's not like when I was younger, I didn't say, well, it's over. Excuse me, what people are thinking, I see better or something. No, it was just like, I don't fit in, or I shouldn't say anything. But now, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay. Like, I know you grabbed something from that. You just don't want to admit it because of where it's coming from. It's not what the information or what it is. It's who is giving it to you, why you have a problem with it. So again, I'm just down for thinkers, free thinkers, and again, people that are fighting for real justice, not pretend, not for show, real charity when it comes to the hearts and the minds and souls of people, not something that's seemingly so. All right. So again, it's just like that kind of energy. Okay, so you can do that financially to me, right? But again, when you're talking about this vid energy or the nothing energy, you know what I'm saying? When we're talking the breath of God, when we're talking about Sekhmet energy coming in to balance things, when we're talking about Mayat, when we're talking about these feminine deities. And, they have that term silent killers, but really are silent healers of the whole entire thing. It's hilarious to me. These women are like the most beautiful, beings on, and that's why we're being targeted, or had been, over time, hauled off to mental asylums and all these other things, marked or vilified or witchified or whatever. It's just funny to me. It's not funny in that light, but you know what I mean. Right? So, but with time and things like this, like it says, the water goes from this kind of way to, being hard, and that's where we're coming from. So, because the water can be representing dark skin or light skinned people. The only thing that we're talking about the Israel as, again, I use that term Adonai, right? We're talking about Israel, those particular people, not the Israelites. The Israelites are grafted in, what I'm saying? But they are still Israel. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like like that cone, or you see those baskets that they use when you're talking about abundance or harvest, right? With the cone or whatever, and it comes out. But, if without this part of it, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be having all of that fruit without this. You know what I'm saying? It's just the nature of it. But that's what we separated. We try and bury the real jewels in the real stars. Look here. And again, enough is enough. I see you. You can't fool me. I am this earth right here. This one, and again, earth speaks. The wind speaks to me. I don't know about you. They can have their tools or whatever they have and everything like this, but these things are just embedded. And that's why, again, they are some of these powers that shouldn't be keep such a close eye on you. They want to keep an eye on your dollar bills now too. But I am that I am. So I am able to see things in my life anyways. Okay. That, you know, and it's a gift. There's nothing to be bragging about or being happy about. There's somebody out there that knows more than me, and that's probably who has their eye on me. Do you see what I'm saying? But they also can see that somebody else is coming somewhere. And I feel like, again, these people don't want that to happen. So they don't want you to happen. So that's just the downside to it. All right. Like, I'm talking about that kind of thing when you don't even really notice that this is happening because of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that magical, that unicorn energy. It's almost like the last unicorn energy. Can you ensure the proper sequence of the seasons or guide the constellations of the bear with her satellites across the heavens? Do you know the laws of the universe? Have the heavens influenced the earth? How the heavens influence the earth? And I do know, I see some parts of that in some kind of way, right? Yeah. Excuse me. Can you shout to the clouds and make it rain? You know, this is making me think about something else here, right? Speaking to the nature of a woman, almost like coming, like head in the clouds or coming in the clouds energy. I don't know. Streaming even. Empress energy. I don't know. Because again, that's what I'm reading here is making me think about. It's making me think about a masculine and a feminine energy going back and forth to see who's more mighty. Like some masculine and feminine energy that have grown together, but then they hate each other. Well, maybe not, but have some kind of something for each other, but they're competition, but they love each other. I don't know. It's like this kind of energy I feel like I see. So they use their two ways to, the masculine energy is of might and transformation and of something, right? And the woman, she's more of healing and nurturing when it comes to many different things. And so it's like that. This is, I feel, what the world is trying to keep apart or link with artificial energies, because of whatever the force, it would be a force to be reckoned with, almost possibly. So it says, who gives intuition and instinct, right? So it's kind of like intuition is like the feminine aspect, right? And then the masculine aspect is the instinct. I don't know why I just thought basic instinct, but again, it's like a thing, okay? It's like a thing. Who is wise enough to number all the clouds? Who can tilt the water jars of heaven when everything is dust and clods? This is making me think about the murky water energy. Can you stalk prey like a lioness to satisfy the young lions' appetites as they lie in their dens? See? Okay. So again, this makes me think, okay, this is something natural. This like of nature, little bit. Okay, yeah, this seems like more of a natural something. Tilt the water jars of heaven. Okay, All right, y'all. This okay. Okay. We won't be going here anymore. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, okay. Be the hunted. No, wait, not be the hunter, not the hunted. Was the card that we pulled yesterday. Yeah, so even stalk prey like a lioness. So we saying lioness right here, okay? So I mean, it's almost like maybe like this energy here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we're talking all seeing eye. Maybe we're talking about this Empress energy, the star energy here, right? You know, making a claim to the heavens. Like, wait a minute, you forgot one? What do you mean? I'm not staying down here for another 400 years. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, and it's just like, you know, making a, you know, making noise and saying, hey, I know who I am. I'm not going to be like settling for less. Like, and I'm going to sit here. Look at, I mean, she got a cheetah here now with her as the Empress, right? A little bit faster. I don't know why I'm hearing like lightning or something like that. But again, this energy that was over that lioness, which I look at her as the lioness now, but now she got the cheetah underneath her. Wow. Okay. All right. Can a leopard change his spots? Okay. All right. So Lion of Judah, but then the leopard in one of those coat of arms. And it's because of this, like standing up for yourself or seeing that you're being jaded or faded or seeing that, again, like I said, there seems to be this energy of some kind of energy that, you know, there's some kind of high, there's something where people don't think somebody's worthy or they know that they are, they just don't want it. They don't, not this person, hell no. All of the havoc and all these things, no. No, 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 no. So now, like, even that's making me think about that energy again. Is this like some big tantrum or something that people are having to say something like that to their children? You know, who are their children? I was just watching something about the children of the Titans or whatever, goddess Rhea and that energy. So I don't know. Okay, maybe we didn't have it right. You know, maybe these people, you know, these powers that shouldn't be, or the that take crafty counsel, or again in high places, right? Maybe they don't have the answers. Maybe they're taking it's so futuristic and they feel they're taking us forward, but actually, you know what I'm saying? It's taking us further away from ourselves as so-called human beings. But again, one thing that'll never really change is weather and the sun and the moon, like in that way, like, you know, that hasn't really, right? Animals, you see what I'm saying? Even when, if you want to look at animals as people, they still haven't changed because there's still somebody, grandma or somebody, something that knows how to mix up some kind of brew or something. You see what I'm saying? Right? Again, they don't want a nation of people that self-love and know how to heal themselves. Look at this next card. Gold. You don't need someone else to fix you. You know, a lot of us don't even have time to spend with ourselves. That's what I mean. I don't mean that everybody should just sit around and just not do nothing. I'm just saying there has to be balance. And we haven't, if we have not, and these, all these extra taxes and all these other things that are going into play, you know what I'm saying? That people are sneaking because they have a short time right now. I feel like this energy that's here is not even supposed to be a ruling energy right now. I'll be honest with you. I think that their time was up in 2018 and they're just holding back and trying to cull off the Empress, the star, and the King of Kings. Okay? Coaxing him, keeping him subtle in this kind of position, and, you know, that's what I feel. And the Empress just sitting there on that throne, not doing nothing, you know, so it can seem like these people can't handle it. But again, it's just really people holding on to the energy. And again, we are the ones that we are waiting for. I feel like some of us are, you know, the descendants or sons of voyagers and warriors, and, you know what I'm saying? And we're here. And we have these things and these tendencies now to want to, we're seeking something, partners in order to, you know, unions or whatever to, you know, and it's like, The wind, like Moana with the wind and the sails or whatever. It calls me. I cry every time I hear that song. I can be big and bad, but I can be a baby sometimes when it comes to this journey, because I feel so close to my ancestors and I feel so close to source. And it's not like nothing I got to go to church and prove or anything. You know, like I said, everything is just so backwards, but I see. And I'm just, I would tell people when they say I'm so strange, even at this age, I am glad that I won't leave the world blinded, seeing it like, you know what I'm saying? I have powers against me, but just even knowing that I didn't fall asleep forever with seeing it the way. So even if you think you're gonna take me out, I'm coming back next time, and like no motherfucking body else ever did. Like that's the energy. Like that's the energy, right? Okay. Okay, so again, okay, as they lie in their dens or lie in wait in the jungle, who provides for the ravens when their young cry out to God as they try to struggle up from their nest in hunger. Yeah. So again, I don't know, y'all. That we wasn't supposed to read that part, but I really do think that this is, yeah. You know, and again, there was a whirlwind of things going on. I feel like there's still a whirlwind of things going on around me, but I feel like right now, source is like what it says, listen, O Job, stop and consider the wonderful miracles of God. That's the energy, like here. Because I feel like we were in the energy of yesterday of Cain and Abel. And I couldn't go there again. This will be the second cycle of that energy. And I'm like, no. Maybe we'll go back to it. Okay. So again, it's almost like even like old God, tech new God in American Gods, that show. Okay. Yeah, we'll stop there. And then I'm going to read a small portion from 39, and then we'll go into 40. Because I feel like venturing off right now here. Okay. I feel like this is the last one that I pulled from there. Flower. Okay. Be honest with yourself, right? So I don't know. I'm just thinking about these lyrics in this song. That's one of my favorite songs. And it's like somebody is trying to like talk in a double-edged sword. So I'm going to listen to it again later on. There's a lot of songs that I've noticed, right? It's like a romantic song that a man is singing to a woman. And he may be talking about a storyline of another woman. But in the storyline, it's almost like he's talking about one woman. But if you really listen to the terminology, he's really talking about two women. And it just makes me think about like even the succubus energy. Somebody actually sitting in your energy, you see, wow, a masculine energy is like serenading them. It's almost like it's you, but it's really them, but it's really the energy is there to copy you to be a succubus energy too. It's so weird. And that's what I'm saying about, like, again, third parties or any kind of energy like that. I don't want it around me, because I know that, again, I know how strong the force of the viper energy or serpent energy can be. And that, again, being in a situation where I am as that caged, and even when I'm not caged, people want to project that energy on me, or people want to stay away from me, or they don't, whatever it is, it's just like, I know that you've already had a history or a long time in possibly the 3D with this other person, and that energy is on you. I'm tired of that energy, because it's not even all the bothersome energies that's the masculine energy. It's the feminine energies that are hounding. It's like the masculines may be close, but their feminine energies get obsessed, and then I can feel myself slowly being drained, and I can't afford that. Look, here's the card right here from my Mother Earth. I think something Earth deck, Earth Goddess, or something like that deck. And this Anja 15, Anja Durja. And it says the power of the good. So again, all what I know, whatever I know in my conscious in the 3D in this dimension or whatever, like I said, from what I can be aware of, I'm not trying to never use my energy for bad unless it's blocking, whatever. Like, it's not worth it to me. Like, and I think some of us are just so-called blessed or blissed for that, and we become more powerful. And some people say, well, how's that person do? But you just don't know, because some people don't know how to just be pure, be as truthful as possible, or try to be really. We're so stuck on what somebody perceives about us than how we really are, down to the core, almost like loving someone or something naked. When you get to that point, when you don't need nobody, you don't need somebody else to fix you. And look, she got her little, what is this? Her little tea. You know what I'm saying? She looked like she had peace. She looking all cute and everything. She got her little pretty flowers out here, the window open. You know what I'm saying? I love this cottage, like, look, or whatever. She got her seashells here on the thing, her herbs hanging, you know what I'm saying? And people want to automatically think, because we use cards or our intuition, or we, deal with plants and stuff, that it's something bad about it. But it's really the people that are in the glitz and glamour imagery that, will do all these horrible things on that road to those riches and finer things or whatever. So it's really that. It's like simple. Life is things could be so simple, but again, man makes it so hard. Could you imagine the 10 commandments and that's it, and maybe some codes or something like that? But no, we have all these laws. I'm pretty sure nobody even can list all the fucking laws that there are. It's just, so again, God is not the author of confusion, right? So again, if there's confusion, something else is in the way. That's something that I've picked up on and I've learned. If there's confusion, something else is in the way. And it's something that's up against or battling or warring against God or nature, or again, the woman, period. So again, I don't even know where that was, just something. I don't even know how, what, whatever, how the hell it just happened. But see what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Okay? And I don't know, but if that was even a real message or anything right there, but I hope somebody got something from it. And then, I'm going to come back and we're going to go ahead and read this Job 40. And then I feel like we're going to go into what we were supposed to go into last night. Okay? Again, the only important thing is that somebody gets something from this. I enjoy doing it. Again, just remember to separate what I'm seeing here. I'm using my gift and I'm sharing it with the world from who I am as a person. I'm not trying to be no know-it-all or anything like that. I'm just using what God gave, or what source gave me, what the ancestors are sharing with me, in order to share it with other people and hopefully, enlighten somebody, including myself, right? That's it. For the better, equally. Look at that. Facing that man or woman in the mirror, right? More people did that when we would be able to stand up to the bullies. And they don't want to hear us saying that, because, again, unity is the key. This is why these energies spend so much time, even if you're just calling out on these particular things that are happening in society. Who picks which storyline gets pushed to the front for you to be getting all in your feelings about what case or what somebody did, when really in the real neighborhoods that this stuff is happening on the day-to-day basis, nobody is going there to figure it out. We will go to rural America and pick a storyline there, really quick. And do you see what I'm saying? It's just like a joke to me. So again, maybe it is some kind of, it's not arrogant. No, it's just like, really, who wants to play? Like, I just don't think that we as humanity have time to play. Again, the sword. Make the change. The only way that we're going to do that is by doing this. Reflecting on ourselves, how we treat other people. You know, many people think that your children have to be prepped and pressed and look in some kind of way, you know, every single day in order for them to be taken care of. How many hugs and kisses do you give them? How much time do you actually sit down and spend with them? You know what I'm saying? What other things, how many conversations can they really take, you know what I'm saying, into life and remember that you gave them? What kind of guidance, do they see you standing up for something on a day-to-day basis? Or do they see you bowing down to some person at a job is the reason why you can't be home with them, or you're so tired to speak to them when you get home from work or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people focus on what's going on in somebody else's personal life and so fantasize or fascinated with that than worrying about looking in the mirror. It's easier to do that. To judge. It's easier to do that. Or accuse people. You know? There's competitions. People don't want to hear others out. I talk like I talk, but I can also listen. Not just to people, and I don't care who you are, how high up you are. If you ain't saying nothing that's making no damn sense, then it ain't making no sense. That's ancestors, gods, whoever. It's time for people to make the change. Nobody's going to do it for us. But again, it's almost like, look, bring it into form. And that's what I'm saying. It's almost like this is what I imagine every day. But I feel like, and this, so again, if I can't do it outwardly, then I go within. And again, defend to the end the worthwhile. Again, it's like this, she's being partnered like with wisdom. But in the Fifth Element, when the girl was shown the clip of all the horrible stuff that was going on in the world and she just was crying. You see what I'm saying? This is like that energy, you know what I'm saying, what I had to go through. Maybe people might call it dark night of the soul or something, but right? But I don't know, like this is very beautiful, the joining of this energy and this energy here. And again, it's like, I don't like it because I can't see what's going on top, on top of my head or with the energy, right? And other indirect energy like it's coming in, and you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, but like, I'm very like defensive. And, I think stripping away and trying to harm people emotionally or mentally, it doesn't do anything but aggravate the earth even more. It erupts something even more. And these people are so stiff-necked. How they were just talking about how, these things about the administration, and they said they should have did it this way, and he said it this way, and now it's this way, and that you can't do it like this and that. And it's just the same thing. And it's such an easy act. It's an act of a random act of kindness or act of kindness. And it's just like, no, they just won't let up. They just won't. And then they'll say we are the ones ruining things. But again, if they can keep you in fear, they can get you to go along with anything that these people want you to. Now, there's powers that should be, and there's powers that shouldn't. And that's just what it is. So, yeah, that's it. We're going to come back.